garage lights on.
Okay.
All right, we are back at it. It's been a week since we painted these guys. We're gonna get started on the cutting, buffing, and stuffing. Here you can see get the light on it there. There you go. The paint boo-boo. You can't hardly feel most of that, so hopefully that'll sand out okay. On this side over here, we have that big boo-boo. That one you can feel. This little boo-boo. And a couple of drips to deal with. I just heard Pops pull up. Indeed.
Yes, the man who lost his painter designation. Certificate went right to the trash can.
What? What about a trash can?
I said I certified as a painter a year ago. You just lost that.
Oh, you revoked?
certification.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
revoked it.
Yeah,
Canceled it.
I got it.
How you doing?
Well deserved. I'm all right. How are you?
I saw the pictures of your catastrophes. Not once, not twice, but 3 times you managed to move that paper around.
Oh man, what a mess. See, that's what happens when you leave in the middle of painting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, this guy's in good shape. At least as far as I know. I haven't seen any boo-boos on this one.
This one has no drip either.
No, I don't think so.
That looks pretty good.
You can see all the trash in the paint here, but hopefully that'll all sand out pretty nicely. There was the underside. Wasn't sure if any. Yeah, here's where I was running the brush across it right here. So that's a little fugly. I think that'll sand out okay. I think that's it.
Got the run here. Gravity fed.
Yeah, we'll sand all of these edges down here because it's got, I don't know if you can see that in the camera.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah, you can see that. Should be fine.
Yeah.
I just hope that the color matched because it looks like I put the paint on heavier because we didn't have all
darker, yeah.
we didn't have all these drips on the car. But you know, these hard edges like this are notorious for that.
Right.
So yeah, I hope I just didn't make them too dark. But we'll find out when we get them on the car, I guess.
All right, you're recertified on this one. We still have the down one to look at.
I already did the video for that, so you can
Oh,
go
you
look
did?
at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on in.
Yeah, go ahead.
And here's our arsenal of sandpaper here. I have some 600 too in case I need it, but I'm going to try and start up here somewhere on the funky one. Dad will probably start here. Again, except where, you know, the big runs and all this stuff we're going to have to be a little more aggressive on probably, but the bulk of this thing will just go start with 1500 or something and see how it goes. All right.
You can sand it out or buff it out.
We'll find out. This will come out for sure. The
Yeah.
runs, because those are proud of the surface. The ones I worried about are the pits.
Right.
Is that going to sand out? So I'll work on this while you work on the other one. And then I'll find out, hopefully pretty quickly, whether I have to put more clear on this
Right.
to bury that. I mean, it's effectively 5 coats of clear on here. 5 coats of clear on here, so there's a lot of room for
Yep.
fixing it.
Well, let's try it.
All right. All right, so we went over this with some 600 here. Pops is doing right there, you see. And I can see a little bit of black sticking through right there, so looks like it burned through right on that edge, so we gotta be super careful trying to do this. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so we're gonna switch gears and put Pops on the big flat surfaces here and save the scary stuff for me. So if it gets destroyed, it's my fault. So we're just looking to knock down all those dirt nibs, dust nibs, whatever they are. Yeah, I would stop there and wipe it off and see if they're gone. You can see that one right there. Usually pretty obvious. I'll get you a towel.
Yeah.
You can see here the little spots trying to get rid of. And again, how much of the orange peel we want to get rid of, or chicken skin, sorry. I don't know that we want to go as crazy as we did on the rest of the car with this, but maybe. So Pops is just gonna do that. So wipe it off, look for the spots. So that's smooth there.
Yeah.
Like that. The spot right there.
Yeah. Well, I can see these two, and then still that one there.
Okay. So I suggested Pops use the hard block for this, because that's gonna knock this stuff down the fastest. But only in this little center section here, and then we'll do the rest with the soft block because we don't want to be burning through edges everywhere. All right, I'll try and get you in tight here. So this is very aggressive using 600 on this, but these are pretty big flaws I'm trying to fix here. So you can see I went over this real quick there. That's pretty deep, so I don't know how aggressive I'm going to be with this, but give it a try. Certainly when the color of the dust turns to red, I know I'm in the mid coat, so that's definitely, I gotta stop there. I don't want to go any further than that. You see most of that's gone at that point. So I think it's going to be okay. Ideally I would go back and put some more clear on this, but it's a bumper. It's probably going to get scratched at some point anyway, so. Not going to get too crazy about this. That's as far as I want to take the 600. Let's see here. And then there's a little... Here, you can see a run right there. And a big old run right there. And since these are runs, I can be a little more aggressive because they're proud. I think this is all savable. I think it's coming out all right. I'll keep working on that. Right, so right here is the other big splotch. Hopefully become readily apparent. You can see that. That's pretty much gone. That's nice. Just that little spot right there. That is good enough for me. Okay, so those are all the major boo-boos that we found so far. So the next thing I'm going to do is go around this edge and try and flatten this edge out, because it's got a big lip on it. Try and be very careful about that, as we saw on the other bumper. Again, same thing, I'm not going to get too aggressive with this. That's probably good enough. Yeah, that's it. Go around and do everything like that. Photograph the masterpiece, huh?
That's what I said.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yep. Got a couple except for the, close to the edge I left alone.
Right.
Get the round one later.
Yeah, that's coming out nice.
Yeah.
I told Pops not to get too worried about these areas up in here. This is the bottom of the bumper, and you're not going to be able to see it anyway. Probably, I don't know, we'll see. We're going to take the soft block to some of these areas here. When Pops is done here, I'll go over it and see if I can clean anything up without getting too aggressive.
The way it sounds. You're taking over everything, so it'll be 1 o'clock.
You got a lot to do. You got the top.
Next.
Did you do the sides?
What size? This one?
Here.
No.
Why don't you do that?
Gee, picky.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So this is really tricky here. I've burned through in a couple of places on this already, as you can see right there. Down here. So what I'm trying to do here is use the razor blade to take just the tops of it off. And then when I tried to come back with the sandpaper and sand it just immediately burned through. So man, this is really tricky. So I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. This edge may just end up getting kind of mangled, but I'll put some touch-up paint or something on it to try and clean it up. This is looking over my shoulder now to increase my anxiety.
Uh-huh.
Is that in the frame there? Yeah. So basically trying to like a high spot right here, or it's kind of scraped on this a little bit, and just try and come at it from the side here to take it off without taking too much. And all of this is mid coat, so everything's red, so it's really scary. But the reason being, as long as I stay proud of this edge here, I'm not digging into the paint underneath. So if I can get it kind of low enough like that, then I can come back and hit it sort of from this side and try and get rid of that bottom edge. But it's really scary and very easy to just rip through the paint. So I'm not going to try and get this level because there's just no way I can see every time I try. It just tears up. So I'm just going to go through like that and just try and knock it down as best I can. And then just try and give it a general smooth and see if I can get it to be happy. Alright, so what we ended up doing on the other bumper, not the one I was working on, was you just took 800 on a paint stick and just tried to knock the high spots down here, and we're just basically doing this approach. If you can't really see it from here, then we're not going to mess with it. So just knocking it down enough that it's not super obvious, because if you try and get aggressive with it at all, it burns through. So you can see here there's a lot of texture left here, but you can't really see it from the top. So that's where we're going to stop, because there's just not an easy way to get this out without just making a whole bunch of work for ourselves, so we're going to stop there. You were going to say?
You can definitely see a demarcation line still when the shadow hits it.
Yep.
But I think that's the best you can do.
Yep.
Till one day when the weather's good enough, we can repaint them.
Yeah, burned through right here on this corner trying to get that big blob out. So all these little spots like that, I'm just going to put some touch-up paint on them because they're kind of out of the way anyway, and just not mess with it. And as we said, someday we might come back and redo these bumpers, but I'm not going to mess with it right now. I just want to get the car done, get it on the road, and these are good enough. They will do the job. All right. All right. So these are all done up through 5,000. Let's see how those look. Looks pretty good. So we're going to get the polisher out here and have at it a little bit, see how we come out. As we said, we were not going for perfection on these bumpers, but pretty close. Should be in pretty good shape. So let's get the polisher out and see what we get. Can you see anything there? I don't know. That's the ticket.
Well, you can't do that much. You did.
Yeah, I remember the third not doing much. Yep. Okay, so that's the perfected compound number 1. We'll go on to number 2. We'll bring it inside when we're done. You'll see it better. I just don't want to get that stuff slopped all over the garage. Oh, camera just turned off. Maybe I didn't film all that stuff. I'll go film it again to make sure. So this is where all the big boo-boos were. You can see this is all pretty smooth now. There's a little bit of these little white specks in there that I'm hoping are just like sanding grit and stuff that will come out. But this is where that one big crater was. Again, I can't see in the viewfinder, but I didn't try to get that all the way out because that was pretty deep. But all the other stuff over here is gone, and where the hose hit it over there, that's gone. So it came out fine. Just that one little spot there, which is not super visible. So I think we're good. And set that down if you want. And this whole thing is in 5,000, if I didn't catch that from before. And I'll just refilm this because I don't know if I filmed it before. Maybe I forgot to hit record. This is done now in all 3 perfecteds. Looks real good. I don't see any scratches or anything in it, at least nothing obvious. The finish came out pretty good. You can see along the middle there, we went at it pretty good, so most of the orange peel and chicken skin is gone. There's a little bit of texture on the inside edges here, but not much. But this guy came out real good. So certainly no complaints about that guy right there. And then as we were saying, we're going to paint the inside of this with rattle can when we're all done, just to get rid of all that overspray and stuff in there. So that is that. All right.
So even though you hit it with a hose, you didn't get hosed.
Hey, very good.
Thank you.
So that's not too bad. So that's a good day's work.
Yeah, so next week we'll get that done, probably start assembling.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
Indeed.
Getting there.
Yes, sir. All right.
Have a good week.
All right, you too.